Recently, one of my past clients, and said to me, writing your story is the portal to healing. And her words have stuck with me and really inspired this episode. So, Natalie, thank you. For the last 6 months, I have truly been turned to my journal and been unraveling so much in my life, which has connected me with so much healing and so much rewriting narratives. And so, in today's episode, I want to bring you into that portal with me and talk about this portal and talk about and share with you just how much has shifted my relationship, specifically with my parents. And it's not because I have this all figured out. I am still very much figuring this out, but it's more so because I know if you're listening, you've probably felt that pull to speak what's never been said, to write what was never fair, to share what's been sitting on your heart, simply waiting to be told. And I want to tell you the truth about what happens when you answer that call and you say yes. So let's dive in. When you go beyond the surface and into the depths of who you truly are, you will rise. So I have tried recording this and feeling left with what do we say and where do we begin in this? And I think for me, what's interesting is how tender it is to navigate the depths of healing and rewriting, and especially with our parents. And it's a very deep and personal journey for me, and especially over the last 6 months, but even the last 30, 60 days, so much has unraveled for me. And it's through writing that I've really opened up this portal and created this portal for me to transform the relationship with my parents by rewriting the narratives that I have. And when I think back to that first moment of when I recognized how deeply healing writing was for me and how that was an outlet for me was almost 10 years ago when I turned to my journal and wrote a letter to my dad. And it really sparked this entire relationship for us to begin having. It was such a starting point for us in our journey. I think it's necessary at times for us to allow ourselves to be so truthfully raw. Writing is just us. No one's sitting there looking at us, and we don't have that pressure of somebody else. We don't have to share our journal if we don't want to. And that's why I think it's such a beautiful space for us to be able to be so raw and real with what we're experiencing and what we're navigating. And when we allow ourselves to go there and we give ourselves that space to do that, we are shifting energy in our body. We're shifting weight. We're shifting the anger, the sadness. We're shifting all of it. We are releasing all of that. Just like I believe it is the exact same as going to the gym and actively moving your body. Writing has that exact same power for you to release and to shed and to move through the emotions, the things that you are navigating in your life. It is this powerful portal for us that doesn't require us to spend any money except grabbing a pen and a notebook. And we get to do this work with ourselves, for ourselves. And it doesn't cost a thing to be able to begin opening up this door, this portal to rewriting these narratives in our lives. One little thing I'll share with you from my journal specifically that's really it'll make more sense as I dive in of how much has changed and what's shifting and moving through. As I gaze at Phil holding Ariana with a smile on his face, my heart is filled with so much love and warmth. Little Ashley is filling a part of her heart with love that was taken over by anger and hurt that was never hers to carry. It was never mine to carry. It was never mine to carry. It was never mine to carry, but I made it mine. In the last 6 months, I have shifted so many fears that I've had around motherhood and just the beliefs that I had around motherhood of, how much of a sacrifice becoming a mother is, which, yes, and I also witness such powerful women who are on similar journeys with me that have so many personal ambitions and things that they want to do and are also mothers. And shifting that narrative has completely shifted me into a space of feeling so excited. And for those that have kind of been here in my space, that like this has been a journey that I've been navigating of just overcoming and navigating this fear. And I think have started to understand why there's been so many fears. And some of the other things that I've been just navigating is how for a long time I've really challenged with feeling like, why am I not good enough and what have I done wrong, specifically in relation with my parents. And finally I've gotten to a place where I recognize that it was never about me. And that is the ultimate power, to take this back, to free myself from these burdens. And by freeing myself from these narratives and these stories that have been playing in the background, I am seeing how my relationship with my parents is also shifting. It's taking me time to also just like practice forgiveness and moving through frustration, because I think that's also true and valid for us to navigate. But the truth is, when we create this shift within ourselves, that is truly where we start to notice how that shift creates a ripple effect in our relationships. It's like we all in the background have our own narratives that are running. I have my own narratives. My parents have their own narratives. Like, we all have our own narratives that are running in the background. And the thing is that we don't, unless we become very aware and we do the work to bring it to awareness, we don't realize that there's this wall that we hold up. It's like almost like this energetic wall that is either putting a block in between relationships, or there is no block between relationships. It just all depends on the narratives that we have running in the background. And yet I think simply by me allowing all of these different things rise to the surface, all these narratives, these beliefs, these patterns, mostly beliefs that I've had around my relationship with my parents, their relationship, my beliefs around motherhood, all through writing, I've been able to really shift these narratives and to let these narratives go. And I know that a lot of this is meant to be it's all coming up because it's meant to be part of this book that I'm writing. It is truly this beautiful gift for me to be this vessel of experiencing it, to then take this into something more and into something bigger and into a book. And I know deeply that through the conversations that I've had, there are so many of us. There are so many of us that are navigating these relationships, and probably specifically with our parents. We are navigating these relationships. We are healing and transforming the stories that we've carried unconsciously, maybe consciously. There's so many of us that are walking this path of carving new paths. And there's this like excitement while it's hard and challenging to be in like the thick of it. there is this deep knowing of how important it is to go through this work, to experience this healing for myself, but also for my children. To see where it ends, to see where the cycles end with me. And I see myself as this, like, if you're looking at a scale, like I see myself as the wall where these cycles are not passing through me anymore. And it's a really beautiful thing that I sit with, and that allows me to shift into the excitement, the feeling of excitement and true love, to step into this next chapter of motherhood. And so, and this just all comes from this portal, this writing portal. And this is what my soul's work is all about, to write, to tell the stories, and to support others in telling their stories. And this is really what, if that feels like a space that's calling you, if writing feels like the space for you, and that is what Collective Voices is all about. It's not about this like perfect polished story that you write. It's about this bravery. It's about being brave enough to speak the truth that's been sitting in your body, that's ready to be told for a higher purpose. The one that like wants to be set free so that you can be set free. It really is this portal of courageous beings and those who are brave to tell the story that's on their heart, that craves this outlet to tell this story, that know that there is something in their story and in their experience that is meant for higher purpose, higher good, for the collective. Collective Voices, if this is the first time that you're hearing about it, it's a co-author experience that I run with my soul sister, Tina. And we recorded an episode a couple weeks ago talking all about the experience. So if you haven't listened to that, I highly encourage, so that you can get a feel for this essence that we bring to this space. But it is truly what we call sacred support and being held while you write. And it's done in community. And that is just the most epic thing, is to write in community, to publish a book in community, to be surrounded by other beautiful souls who have powerful stories to tell. And it's about publishing your story, hitting publish, and seeing your name, your book in print, your story in print, and something that, if you're in this journey of motherhood, if you are a mother, it's something that you pass on to your children. It's a powerful thing. It's about legacy. It's about allowing yourself to step into this portal of writing, to know that it's going to be a catalyst in some way, shape, or form. It will unlock something in you. I don't know what that is. It's different for every single person that comes through Collective Voices, whether it be simply owning something, a part of yourself again, doing something for yourself, or stepping into that next chapter for yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, this writing portal, this co-author experience is truly such a sacred space, and we would love to have you. We are looking for those to be part of our volume 6, our 6th volume, and it's going to be so powerful. It's going to be so beautiful, this volume. And so if your body's saying yes, if you feel that little nudge, this is your invitation. We would love to have you. The link is in the show notes. And if you have questions beyond, please feel free to connect with me. I'm sending you so much love, and I thank you for being here and holding me and listening to me and my vulnerability as I really share with you the sacredness of writing, and this ritual and this practice that we get to experience, and what it all transforms within us. So I can't wait to see you inside Collective Voices to witness your transformation. I love you, and I'll see you next week in another episode. Thank you for listening. Make sure to leave a review and continue the conversation with me over on social media, and we'll see you in the next episode.